How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Some of the most incredible things about an NBA player's journey, the ones who were overlooked, questioned, doubted, guys who didn't really have much of a chance, not drafted, proving everybody wrong. As long as you have passion and work at it every day getting better, anything's possible. Over the course of every NBA draft, there will always be plenty of great steals, especially late in the first round, some even in the second round. But a few guys each year, undrafted ones, becoming star players, flourishing in front of our eyes. Guys who didn't even know if they belong in the NBA, getting multiple year contracts, living the dream. With that said, here are 10 of the best undrafted NBA players today.
Starting with number 10, Derrick Jones Jr., the starting small forward for the Portland Trail Blazers, playing winning basketball, insane leaping ability and athleticism, one of the best dunkers in the game, developed his way from the Miami Heat after a season with the 2017 dysfunctional Suns. A skinny, super athletic kid, played college ball at UNLV, averaged over 11 as a freshman, but towards the end of the season, forced to sit out due to suspicion on his ACT exam. Available for the draft at 19, didn't get picked, bounced around the G League, barely played with Phoenix, signed a two-way with Miami, made an even bigger name for himself in the 2020 dunk contest. His production earned him a 2-year $19 million deal with the Blazers. Miami would have been better off resigning him over old Iguodala anyway. If Jones Jr. can ever improve his shooting, there will be plenty of opportunities for future contracts, making the best of his opportunity right now. Number 9, Luke Dort. The 21-year-old made a name for himself in the 2020 bubble with his terrific defense on James Harden. The Canadian attended Arizona State, good player, one and done, projected to be a first rounder by some, but never picked. The Thunder signed him, started out in the G League, a pesky defender, big body, built like a lineman, with OKC struggling to find bodies after the Russ PG era, the injuries to Hamidou Diallo and Terrence Ferguson out. Dort played his role to perfection, guarded the likes of Donovan Mitchell and Dame Lillard from the start, which proved he could be a solid player. Went back to the G League after Ferguson came back, because Dort was willing to take more shots. Ferguson very passive on offense. Dort flourished for the team, combined with having CP3, a great leader. His contract converted to a 4-year minimum, will be getting paid under $2 million each season till 2023. Looking back at the 2019 class, Dort should have easily been a first rounder, perhaps even in the lottery. Now the future of the OKC, the full-time starting 2-guard, some nights look like the second best player on the team, a huge bargain and likely future defensive teamer. Number 8, Duncan Robinson, one of the most incredible journeys, very rare for any NBA player to play Division III ball. Williams College, the only player to ever play at a D3 and D1 championship game, being 6'7" with a masterful shooting stroke, offered a full scholarship from John Beilein, sat out the first year, never the main option, averaged 9.3 points in 3 seasons in Ann Arbor, was nowhere close to any mock drafts because he was already 24 after finishing college, but the Heat signed him in the summer league. The genius Pat Riley saw potential. Robinson earned a 2-way deal. Spoelstra took notes of his shooting, inserted Duncan to the lineup as a floor spacer around Jimmy Butler, and created Big Bam Adebayo, a Heat system that made it all the way to the NBA Finals. Averaged 13.5 points, nearly 45 from 3 in year 2. Knows how to move without the ball, get open, even had a few 20-plus point games in the playoffs, 26 in Game 5 against the Lakers, making $1.6 million on the season. Will get real money as a free agent, but not as efficient this season, with teams taking notice, now becoming more predictable. Will need to add more to his game, doesn't do anything great besides shooting. The dribble handoffs not working as well. Miami will need more talent to attract defenses so Duncan can flourish in his role. Number 7, Duncan's teammate Kendrick Nunn, made all-rookie team last season, another steal from Pat Riley, will likely be the future of the Miami Heat point guard role. Goran Dragic getting older and banged up after helping the team succeed. Nunn was benched heavily, left out the rotation in the bubble after he had to leave, came back, saw limited minutes, very inconsistent. The Chicago native balled out at Simeon High School, but didn't receive much attention because of insanely hyped teammate Jabari Parker, who many of you forgot which team he even plays for right now. Nunn went on to play for the University of Illinois, charged with domestic violence, a big reason why teams didn't want to draft him. Later balled out for the University of Oakland. Golden State cut him in 2018, then Miami signed him late towards the very end of the 2019 season. Can score score at will, but can cool off at times too. A free agent, we'll see what Miami does with him. One thing we know, he can absolutely get buckets. Number 6, Robert Covington, a 3-and-D guy, now 30 years old, appears to be slowing down just a little bit. Played college ball at Tennessee State of the Ohio Valley Conference. It was Houston that brought him onto the Summer League, G Leaguer Rookie of the Year in 14, then offered a contract with the tanking Sixers, became a full-time starter in 2017, established himself into one of the best defenders, even made defensive first team in 2018. Covington considered an okay player who's on and off at times, very good help defender, but averaging under 8 points in 32 minutes of action, needs to knock down shots at the starting power forward position, will need to shoot better if Portland wants to get a higher seed. His production can also help Dame Lillard with MVP discussions. Number 5, Joe Ingles, one of the key players for the hot 2021 Jazz, a team still slept on and never gets national attention. The 33-year-old continues to put up his usual numbers of 11.5 points, 4.5 assists, been coming off the bench, started his pro career with the NBL. A dominant player there, cut by the Clippers before Utah acquired him in late 2014, very familiar with team chemistry under Quinn Snyder, earned a 4-year $52 million deal in 2017, very tough and durable, doesn't mind the trash talk, played 418 consecutive games before a slight Achilles injury earlier in January, the most threes made in Jazz franchise history, nice teardrop, flourishing his entire skill set, very familiar playing with his teammates. Number 4, Ingles' teammate Royce O'Neal in year 4, the starting small forward, only listed 6'4", besides improving on the shot, one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. His numbers might not look good, but you gotta watch Jazz games to see how valuable O'Neal really is. At 27 years old, rounding up his full potential, played for the University of Denver, followed by Baylor, undrafted, played in Germany and Spain, earned his minutes by playing hard, similar to Luke Dort. O'Neal had his moments defending Harden in the playoffs, considered a backup option before Dante Exum became way too injury prone and eventually traded away. After finally making the NBA at 24, the definition of a Swiss Army knife, some nights he might not even make more than 2 shots, but the impact on D, very underappreciated. Rudy Gobert gets all the credit for the team's overall D, but O'Neal gets the hardest defensive assignments night after night, fits in the Tayshaun Prince type role for the mid-2000 Pistons. Utah got a bargain after extending him to a 4-year $36 January 2020. Number 3, Seth Curry, very valuable, nowhere close to his older brother Steph, but Seth has proven to be a solid guy. Not only can he shoot the 3 ball, but can put the ball on the floor just a little bit. Too bad the Mavs lost him to the Sixers, now playing the starting 2-guard position, averaging around 13 a game, shooting in the mid-40s from behind the arc, played college ball at Liberty, followed by Duke, a G Leaguer, played just 2 games his first season, followed by 2 games in year 2, slowly made his impact in 2017 with the Mavs, very capable of scoring 20 plus, should be getting more comfortable with the Sixers, seeing how unstoppable Embiid looks. More double teams for the big means more open shot for the younger Curry brother. Number 2, Christian Wood, first 17 games, a man possessed, 22 points, 10 boards, one of the best bargains, signed for a 3-year $41 million deal. It's an absolute travesty. The Pistons got rid of him to give their dollars to multiple average bigs instead. The 25-year-old came from humble beginnings, played college ball at UNLV, 2 seasons, projected to be a late first, went undrafted, shattered in disbelief. The Rockets gave him a spot at Summer League, signed with the Sixers, his first NBA team, after 17 games, waived. An absolute travesty. Looking at the tanking 10-win team, Embiid still injured, the roster had Jeremy Grant and Wood, 2 of the most improved players for 2021. Imagine these 2 guys were still on Philly. Wood knew all along he was going to be better than most of the players on that roster. 13 games for Charlotte in year 2, little success, even waived by a team in China, waived yet again by the Bucks and Pelicans, claimed off waivers in July 2019 by the Pistons, averaged 13 and 6 for Detroit, a big reason why they traded away Andre Drummond for almost nothing. Remember, Wood was the reason why Joe Johnson got waived after the vet got hurt. That was how close Wood made the cut, proving hard work pays off, looking like a future all-star. Houston even parted ways with DeMarcus Cousins, mainly because they invested heavily on Woods as a full-time big man, an incredible inspiration for every undrafted guy. Not only did he not get drafted, but also lost his girlfriend that night too, dropped her off the airport and never saw her again. Now Wood, driving at 25, will only get better. What a remarkable story. Number 1, Fred VanVleet for now. The starting 2 guard for the Raptors, 5th season, 4 years at Wichita State, averaged 10 a game in college. Teammate Ron Baker put up better scoring numbers. Undrafted, always kept his head high. Spent time with the Raptors G League team, 37 games in year 1, limited minutes, but flourished year 2 for the 59 win squad. Came off the bench to start his career, never shines away from the moments, hits big time shots. Then by year 3, continued to play a key role with the addition of superstar Kawhi Leonard. VanVleet averaged 11 points, very valuable in the playoffs, especially in the finals. Didn't look like much of a factor at first, averaged 4 points on an awful 25% shooting first 15 games, but after the birth of his son, VanVleet balled out, averaged nearly 15 on 51% shooting, over 52 from 3, 21 big points in Game 5 versus Milwaukee. Toronto would not have beaten the Bucks without him. Hounded Steph Curry in the finals, played good defense, and drained a couple daggers. His confidence never left, played an even bigger role for 2020. Looks like a borderline all-star. Perhaps he might make the all-star game in the future. VanVleet would earn a 4-year, $85 million contract, now right around a 20-point score. Well deserved. What a journey it's been. Honorable mentions includes Chris Boucher, who almost made my top 10 list, but not over Derrick Jones as of yet. Will likely be in the top 10 very soon due to his improvement. Justin Holiday of the Pacers, Dorian Finney-Smith, Daniel Tice, Alex Caruso, Kent Bazemore, JaMychal Green, Bryn Forbes, Garrett Temple, Aaron Baines, Wesley Matthews, Maxime Kleber, TJ McConnell, and Daniel House. Not everybody can make the top 10 list.
Who do you guys think is the best undrafted player right now in the NBA? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, anything currently related to NBA basketball. So hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Once again, thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. I love all of you too, and have a nice day.